This is your monthly love and relationship reading for the month of May 2026, or whenever you see this. Holding on, being a victim, burned out, and changing them. As I was shuffling, I was getting like, you're going to do whatever it takes to move forward with a plan that you have for potentially you and another person. I got a page of pentacles and a page of cups. So it's like idealistic and learning about new things, and sort of we're talking about young people here as well. So either you could be, quite young, like a teenager or in your 20s, or you're talking about someone who's young at heart, could be, or you're talking about dealing with kids or pets. So we'll just see how this relates to you. Three of Wands. You've got high expectations for something and you want to move forward. Oh my God, what the Knight of Swords reverse. So it's like you are taking everything that you can and everything that you are, and you've got the strategy. You've got, again, the strategy and the plan comes back with the Seven of Swords at the base. Knight of Swords, though, reverse. You're not looking to outside help. You're also not looking to run in and help someone else. You're like, your objective is to help yourself here. Okay, so the person involved is also looking for opportunities, plans, maybe a new relationship, especially one that's sexual in nature. Sorry, I've been sick and I was so fucking bored not doing readings. So I was like, I'm not waiting till I get completely better. I quit smoking and now I have terrible allergies. So don't quit smoking. That's apparently what happens. Okay, so anyway, back to this. So we've got Ten of Pentacles reversed, Hermit reversed, Nine of Wands reversed. They're letting down their defenses. They're coming out from the cold. They're coming out from a period of isolation. They're putting themselves out there. But then the Ten of Pentacles reversed, they don't really have a lot of stability to offer. They don't have a lot of financial backing. They may be jobless. They may be independently like they work for themselves, they're self-employed, or they could have had a falling out with a job, with a group, with a family structure, grandparents kicked them out, whatever. I'm seeing the red eyes on this lady in this card. I notice that every time this card comes up. There's something about it here, like someone's anger ousted them from a situation. Okay, now I feel drawn to go back to this. Changing them. Trying to change someone never works. Accept them as they are and move on. And it's like, look, it's like kind of sat off to the side here. Holding on, changing them, okay? There's something going on with this person, for sure. All right, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Eight of Cups reversed. Trying to clean it up. Going back to something that you should probably leave behind. Fuck, dude. What are you doing this month? Okay. Hey, no judgment. We're going to help you get through it because Lord knows I've done a bunch of stupid shit in relationships. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. Well, okay. Or or let's just hold on to this person and try to make them into someone new, right? You feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. You can just walk away. You just say, hey, as much as I've invested into you, person, Two of Pentacle or Two of Wands person, actually, you're just not who I really thought you were, who I wanted you to be, and therefore, all love and respect. I'm out of here. Burned out. You feel emotionally burned out right now. Retreat and recover before continuing. Yeah, you need to get to the bottom of what the fuck are you going to do with this person. Five of Wands. There's a competition. This is the issue at the center of it. The Ace of Cups, a new love. Four of Pentacles, letting go. So it's like, do I fight for this or do I let it go? You need this new love, emotional renewal. You need a new hope. You need a refresh, a restart. This is definitely you and your quandary. This is do I do this or do I do that? Right? This is the main question at hand. And so hopefully we're going to answer that. I mean, I don't, Knight of Wands at the base. I mean, sex is involved. Maybe they're, maybe they're a fire sign or they're very passionate, and major change, King of Wands reversed. I think that at first, okay, this is the story it's telling me. At first, this person was very passionate and they go get it and they're going to run off and like do all these things, like just very enthusiastically. And you're like, yeah, this is exciting. And like, I haven't been around someone in a long time or ever that like has this much like zest for life, I want to say. And like, they're just ready to run out and do things. They do shit. They don't just stay in their house all the fucking time. They do shit, right? Something along the lines, there was a major change, right? This at some point something happened, and now you're seeing this new side of them. That's the King of Wands reverse. This is like everything my way or the highway, the Burger King. like like this is the Burger King. I'm gonna have it my way, bitch. Like, and on top of that, they have all this claimed authority. They want to tell you what to do. They want to tell everybody else what to do, but they don't actually know shit. They aren't a good listener. In fact, they're a terrible listener. They're going to manipulate or try to downplay your feelings and say, you're just making a big deal out of this. It's not really that serious. Cancer Venus, you're just being dramatic. And why don't you just get over it? Because fucking you liked me before. Why don't you like me now? Kind of shit. And the reality is that you're just seeing a new side of them. This is it, kids, okay? If you're paying attention, they started out as a Knight of Wands, passionate, good in bed, got you out of the house doing shit. Then death came, major change, transition. Now what do we have? King of Wands reverse. They're a dick. They're always trying to tell you what to do, or else they're just doing whatever they want and they won't be accountable to anybody, not to the shit that they said or did that hurt you. They won't let you know where they're going. You can't really trust them, and they're irresponsible. On top of all of that, they're not a team player. They're not a fucking team player. So what do you want out of the relationship? Cancer Venus. It's low energy on this. You're starting to like give up the ghost on this, okay? You're like, there's really just not much that I want anymore. We've got the Hangman and the Six of Pentacles reverse. You're looking for a new perspective on someone who is incredibly greedy and takes far more than they give. You're just hoping for them to fucking get a new perspective. Now, what do they want? It comes out right away. Two of Swords, they don't want to make any decisions or any calls. I wonder if they also know that things are kind of falling apart with you, but they don't want to be the one to call things off. They want you to do it. King of Wands. They show up. They want themselves, of course. Like they're going to always put themselves first. Be it, if you need a confirmation that they were always going to put themselves first, I'm here to tell you they're always going to put themselves first until something major happens way down the line that you're not in control of. This is a story about you figuring out what it's like to be around people like this, and maybe there'll be more details about it to go forward into this reading. But like Nine of Pentacles, they want to be dependent on somebody else. They want to be dependent on you. They're dependent on you to break up with them. Fuck. They're dependent on you to break up with them. They don't want to make the choice. They want to put themselves first. They love themselves more than they love you. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. And they're waiting for you to make the call. Page of Pentacles. They're also incredibly superficial, FYI. Okay, so they're just focused on material things and not on the deeper issues. There's a story. King of Cups, Ten of Swords. I mean, there's someone that tried to show them emotional well-being and things like that, but it came to a sudden end because they got distracted. It was a squirrel situation. They got distracted with a new love relationship or a new thing, shiny thing. So that someone else in their past, and now I did get a king, so it could have been a male, or also just someone who had a lot of emotional regulation and a lot of emotional wisdom, even maybe more so than what you have with them at this time. I'm talking about like an elder or someone that really had a lot of emotional wisdom, tried with this person, with your person, to get them to wake the fuck up, and they just like they couldn't be taught, and they fucking squirreled out of there. 10:01 on the clock. Okay, so I never want to say something like someone's more woke than you. Like it just feels like an elder, like a parent or somebody try to like be like, hey, Cancer Venus's person, you're really kind of a dick and you're not going to get any good love relationships acting like that. And they were just like, what? Oh, shiny thing over here. Like, don't care, like they just did not have the attention span to learn deeper lessons about emotional regulation and how to be sensitive to other people's feelings and reading beneath the surface. None of that. They weren't there for any of that, and they're just not capable, period. So if you thought you're going to change them, forget it. What are your fears in the relationship? If you've already clicked off of this, I hope you're not listening to this, but you already know the truth. Okay, that's why I started on that entire thing. If you've already clicked off of this, then you're not even here to hear this. You already know. Judgment. You're afraid that you already know. Four of Wands, you got a home situation, Tower. You don't want to have the fucking home fall apart. You already live with this person, they live with you, or you have shared resources, or at least you've made yourself comfortable and you've had something to celebrate. Like hey, selfie, like, lovers reverse in the fucking base. Like, you already told everybody that, like, this is my man, this is my girl, like, and now it's embarrassing to like come out and be like, actually, we fucking broke up at irreconcilable differences. Like, it turns out this person's a dick. Like, I really thought there was a lot of potential. I told everybody, and now it's all fucking falling apart. Like, man, that's fuck. I feel for you on that. What are their fears? Queen of Cups reversed. They are afraid of you being completely insane and crazy and nagging them. And oh my God, Seven of Wands, and then getting the higher ground and changing their fortunes with the Empress. They want things to be easy. They don't want you to get in the way of that. They believe that everything should come to them, and now this is subconscious, I feel. They're afraid of you being crazy and nagging them to death, right? Okay. So that, like, then you get the higher ground on them, that you're able to have all the control in the situation, to take them away from all their good fortune where everything just comes to them so easily and they have a beautiful, blessed life as an Empress energy. I've met men who come up as Empresses. They are covert narcissists. And so everybody else around them just thinks they're so great, they're so wonderful. But like, if you try to call them out for being self-interested or not listening or only talking about themselves and never shutting up about anything, and they just off to do the next thing, and like, if you don't like it, okay, they're not even tell you to go fuck yourself. They're just going to completely ignore you. They're going to not answer the phone. They're going to go in the other room. They're going to pretend like you weren't even speaking. Like, that covert. They are not going to be the bad guy ever. And they expect life to come to them very easily. They have a reception. And this comes back to the Six of Pentacles here, where it's like, you're so fucking greedy. All you know how to do is take and take and take. Yes. They are in their feminine energy, okay? And they might look like a man and be butch and masculine, or maybe they're a woman, whatever, right? But like, their energy is receptive. They receive. Give me titty sucking babies here, okay? Like, give me my milk. Like, they don't. There's no reciprocation here with their vibe. They believe that they are God's gift to the universe, that they are just filled with love and laughter and beauty and wealth, and everybody wants a piece of what they got, and that everybody wants to listen to them and take their advice, and that they know the best. And like, this is the whole, okay. Knight of Cups to the base of the deck. They are afraid that you have seen through their facade. Period. All right. They're afraid of that. And guess what? You fucking have, bitch. You fucking have. You know what? You know who they are. Here's the thing. If you're trying to change them, it's not going to work. So what are you going to do now? Okay. Like, okay, so here's the options. Let's just skip past this because we already know. We don't need to go into this whole deep dive into this spread about, oh, who's this person? Blah, 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 blah. Like, we already fucking know. So here's the options here. Fight with them and try to change them, or let them go. What happens if Cancer Venus fights with them and tries to change them? Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Five of Swords reversed. All right. Oh, Nine of Swords at the base. It's going to cause you a lot of anxiety, fear, upset. You're going to end up looking like a fucking jealous bitch out of the whole thing. Queen of Pentacles, with this energy multiplies whatever touches it. And with that, we have the Knight of Cups reverse, which we just saw was you seeing through their first facade. So it's just going to multiply more and more. You're going to see even more evidence. If you didn't believe it at first, Spirit will come in and give you more evidence to show you that, nah, you weren't crazy. You were right. You're here on this video right now. This is another evidence that, nah, you're not crazy. You were right. This person's a dick. They completely believe and just taking and taking and taking. They're never going to give. They don't understand what it is to be a true leader, to be a provider. They don't put value into any of those things. They're not a team player. Okay? So you're going to just get more and more of that. Till eventually Five of Swords reversed. You're not gonna take it to a place where it's, I'm gonna stick with this person at all costs. And thank God for that, because there's something here that I'm seeing where you value yourself, and that's that Ace of Cups right at the center. You need to be renewed emotionally. You are not gonna put yourself to the point of brink of burnout where you're completely depressed and you have nothing left to give and you're at the brink, right? You will not go to that place. Whoever I'm reading for, this particularly Cancer Venus collective will not go there, because I've also seen Cancer Venuses and others that will go there, and you're not one of them. Fucking hell yeah. Like, like, yes, okay, that's what I want to see. But if you need more evidence, you can do that, but let it be known, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be fun. It's going to put you in an emotional state, and it's going to have you acting outside of yourself. Ooh, King of Cups right behind. Here's who you are. You're the King of Cups. Ultimately, you're someone that does have a lot of emotional wisdom, that you can weather storms. That's how you made it this far with this person to begin with, really. You had a higher tolerance, but it's going to put you in a place where you're jealous, you're bitter, you're self-conscious, you're trying to do all this shit to, like, show up and, oh, don't you love me? Like, I'm going to try to make myself look some kind of way so that you give me more attention, or the type of attention that I deserve. But ultimately, they've already discarded you because they're already over here like, will you just break up with me already? They want you to do it because they can only receive. They can't take definitive action in their lives. They can take impulsive action, but they can't make real choices. They can't make real choices. I had to save that. Like, I had to save that into a short, man. What are they afraid of? Okay, no, wait. Okay. They making real choices. Anyway, I'm like, I'm getting distracted. They're very easily distracted. Back in their energy. This is a choice. If you were to let them go, 10 of Swords, there we go. Okay? Complete and total end, cut them off. Then what happens? 9 of Cups reverse. You have to let go of this dream and the idealization and the hopes and wishes that you had for it. And you have to shut off, like, the idealization that you had of where y'all could have gone, the plans, the purpose, that, 3 of Wands, your expectations, right? But then we got the Fool. New start, less baggage, bitch, less baggage. And what's something else that I see here for you? It's not going to look fair. I do think that if you expected to get your comeuppance right away, it's definitely not going to come from this person. They don't have it to give. Their energy is so strongly receptive that they will not give you anything. You have to depend on it to come from the universe and say, yes, I deserve for them to do this, that, and the third, but I trust that the universe will give me my energy back. I will claim my energy back, and this person can go, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Like, get the fuck out. Okay, so the Fool, you're lower and lighter and lower entanglements, lighter in the baggage, lighter feeling. And something else that you're moving towards when you move towards your own emotional fulfillment is now you can take something with you. What did this person ultimately, when we go back to why did you like them in the first place? It was their fiery, impulsive, like devil may care quality of like, let's just do this, let's just do that. And it was fun and it was exciting and it was passionate and it was impulsive. And you've learned the value of that. And the best case scenario, you can take that with you. That's in your little knapsack here at the Fool. You're going to take that like, okay, well, this person, for as big of an asshole as they were, they did teach me something that I can take and integrate into myself. And that is, life can be a lot more fun when you just fucking put your foot out the door. You step off that cliff, you fucking chase that impulse, that drive, and just be like, fuck it, let's just go for a ride. Let's just go for a ride. Let's see what happens. Like, there's a lot to be said for that type of lifestyle. And if you were afraid that you're going to end up like them, completely a taker and irresponsible as fuck, but yet trying to act like they're the authority of the universe and all this shit, like, don't fear that. Just don't fear that. The universe, this is why you ended up in this relationship, is because the universe wanted you, your guides, your angels, your higher self set this shit all up. If you're into all this, okay, that like, okay, even if you're not into all this, like you're here to tarot reading, you probably get it. But I want to speak to like the very few doubters that might be here. When we talk about energy, we're talking about opposites attract, right? The magnetism. You were polarized into a place where you no longer had that part of yourself that was impulsive, that would run out and chase things, that would just do things on a fucking whim, that had a lot of passion and vitality for life and like just devil may care, like let's just fucking go and do it, right? And so because you were so low in your fire impulse energies, now here comes this person who is very polarized in that energy, right? Where they're just like, just do it, just fuck it, whatever. But like, obviously they were also highly polarized in the sense that they were a squirrel and can't hold on to anything and won't actually make any real choices or build any stability, right? So you're not going to go from one extreme to the other here. You're just going to integrate and become more balanced. You're going to become more balanced with taking some of their energy with you, the idea of it, right? The passion and the purpose and go forward in life and have some vitality. So yeah, that's why you ended up in this relationship, honey. If you made it this far, you just figured it all out. So what are you releasing? If you make this choice to walk away, right? Eventually, like you're going to make that choice, right? It's just a matter of when. You do it now, you do it later, because they're waiting for you. They won't do it. If you hope that they would do it, they won't do it. This irreconcilable differences, lovers reverse on the cut. So, what are you releasing when you let them go? Like, how do you level up? Show us how you level up. Four of Swords, Page of Swords, Seven of Swords at the base. So you're regenerating and this is all about mental attitudes, first of all, with swords. You're regenerating the way that you think about things and the way you talk to yourself, the way you learn about other people. And you're coming up with new strategies and a new way of being. This has to do, yes, new Eight of Pentacles. You're doing something brand new. What you've been doing in the past has been ineffective. And, Emperor. Okay, so this is like, can I be a good receiver? Because up till now, what's put you out in the cold is you're the one doing everything. So let's look back at them, right? They're the empress. They're just taking and taking and taking. And the empress is a wonderful energy, right? I don't want to like diminish that or whatever, but like in this case, this is an empress that like all they do is sit on their ass and get like, this is a welfare queen, right? Like this is someone that just like, just expects the world to give to them and does not feel like they have to do anything. Meanwhile, you're over here thinking you have to do it all. You're not open to receiving. You're not open to anyone being like, hey, Cancer Venus, like, let me pay for dinner, or like, let me get that car door for you, or like whatever, or even just like being an equal partnership, being an equal give and take where it's more wholesome and healthy, right? So now you're learning a new way of being of like, well, this person got away with it. Why can't I, right? If that's where it has to start, like, then you're doing good. So let me wrap this up. Actually, let me pause for a second. Am I paused? No. Okay, sorry about that. I've got a new setup. I don't know what the fuck is happening with OBS. Anyway, let's get a In the Shadows oracle card from them. I know we have a soul connection. A soul connection. So fucking goofy as shit. Okay. What else from them? Soul connection. Okay. So what do you have to say to Cancer Venus? From the depths of your subconscious. I hope you're happy. Oh. And the way I said, I hope you're happy. Like, I hope you're happy. Like, no, they, I don't know. I think maybe there's some caring. You're not part of my plan. You're not part of my plan, Cancer Venus. My plan is to continue to get and get and get, and you're too smart for that. You're just too smart for that. I don't know. I don't need your approval. No, you don't need their approval, but you do need them to end it. So, what is that about? Okay. Clarifying love situations for Cancer Venus. What do we want to learn about or know? What do we need to know? Legacies, rebirth. Honor history's remains to restore and breathe life into forgotten tales. Okay, legacies, rebirth. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is that about? Are we talking about like just honoring the good parts of the relationship? In vulnerability, we talk and reveal, forging deeper connections through honesty. In a fog, fear, obligation, or guilt makes you stay. Get clarity. Okay. Okay, now here we know. Here's what this is. This is saying, okay, to move and make the clean break. If you're at this point and you're like, all right, I probably just need to, like, whatever. This is how it's done for your best interest at heart, right? Go to them and be like, look, I really appreciate the way that you did this, that, and the third. This is what made me like you. And I am appreciative of maybe you did this for me, or, you were there for me for this, or, it can't be all bad, right? Like, so honor and respect that. Make note of that. That's where you start. This is like you're firing somebody, okay? So, like, if you've never done that before, this is how it goes. You say all these things. Then you say, but vulnerable, you have made me feel all these different ways, and like I need you to listen, because I feel like they haven't been listening and my voice is even like help, I'm trying to speak. So you're gonna have to turn off all distractions. You're gonna have to get them trapped damn near like this for the boom 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 or anything, any type of way that they try to avoid or get out of here or whatever. Do not allow it to happen. This cannot be over phone or text. It has to be in person. Sit their ass down. Look at this, if you can see it. Yeah, look at this shit. Okay, get them in public at a fucking restaurant or some shit, like, and do it right off the rip, so that it's not like, oh, let's get the bill, let's get the fuck out of here, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then you don't see them, or like what. Do not give them a chance to play their usual games, okay? You know better than I do. Make sure that they're there as a captive audience to listen to what you have to say. You say, this is exactly why I'm leaving you. Let there be no mistake. And you could even Excuse me. Ooh, okay. Write it down. Write it down and be like, all right, for future reference, because I know you're just going to like forget all this or get distracted right away or think that, okay, great, Cancer Venus finally broke up with me. Now I'm off to my next person that I've already been setting up in the background or whatever, right? Just make sure that it's all recorded for your benefit, for their benefit, whoever's. Maybe both. In a fog, fear, obligation, or guilt makes you stay. Get clarity. So when you have them in this situation where they cannot distract you, they cannot run away, and they can't change the subject, and they can't gaslight you, and they can't do any of their little games, that will bring you so much clarity to how they actually think and feel about what you have to say when the heart is open, when it's all out on the table. How do they react? You'll know. You'll know, motherfucker. Because guess what? All the way back, where was it? Where was it? I know, I saw judgment here. Judgment, bitch. You knew. You already know. You just need confirmation, okay? You're a fucking Cancer. Like, whoever I'm talking to, y'all got some fucking spiritual gifts, all right? And so you fucking damn well know. But sometimes you doubt yourself, because I think, as a fellow water sign person, like, I doubt myself sometimes because I can get to that delusional place where I'm just like, fantasizing up this whole reality, and it's hard, especially when no one else is reflecting what I'm thinking and feeling. Like, can we take like a little step aside and talk about that? This is getting a little long, but fuck it. When you're in tune with spirituality the way that I feel that you are, at least in tune with your intuition, not a lot of people are going to be like vibing with that. They're still stuck on the surface of life. This person certainly is. So when you don't see it reflected in you and you're just like, I just got this feeling, and people are like, huh? Cancer Venus? Like, you're fucking delusional. Or like, they don't even acknowledge it. They don't even bother telling you you're delusional. They're just like, side eye, and then that's it. Like, you didn't even say shit. And that's one of the hardest fucking things to deal with as a spiritual person, is just the total disregard for anyone around you to reflect back what the fuck you're working with, man. Especially the people that you love, and that even the people that love you, like, they love you, but they just don't see you that way. It is beyond their sight. That's like asking a colorblind person to be able to tell the difference between red and fucking green. It's just not possible. All right, one final card for you here. Actually, I want to get a moon card. Moon card, I just got this new deck. I got it because my husband saw this in the shop, and he was like, that looks like Elvira. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, but you're the moon sign, right, honey? If we're going to pull a card of these for anybody, it's got to be for you, baby. So what's it gonna be? Give us a card for Cancer Venus. So stopped up. Oh, God. Gonna blow my nose like crazy. Blood moon, superstition. All right. All right. Very superstitious. I'm guessing this is under B. So, moon guidance. As the full moon turns to a sinister blood red, it's accompanied by omens, fear, and ancient prophecy. It marks the promise of end times and apocalypse. Okay, so you're like catastrophizing how bad this is going to be. I already have a feeling that cutting this person loose or getting rid of this person is going to be like, you're going to look back and be like, that was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. Instead, understand the truth that has been orally handed down and weave through every witchy legend. From spilling salt to broken mirrors, witchy superstitions are not just old wives' tales, and they serve you well during this auspicious moon phase as you work with amulets and talismans to ward off all evil intent. No longer shall the stigma of sorcery hold your power back. Powers are letting go, unblocking, eradicating low vibrations, prophecy of future, and reinforcement. The ritual is to embody the power of all phases. Detach and transform by gathering a black candle, black tourmaline crystal, pen, and red rug. Dude, I picked this out, honey. I did. I don't know. When time has passed, retrieve the crystal as a source of intense power and protection. Snuff out the candle. Okay, well, it's giving me. I skipped that because it's like, this is too witchy, right? Like, I'm like very witch adjacent. I'm out here, witchy shit, and I'm out here. Okay, so if you're interested in this type of stuff, I did pull this for you. You know, here you go. Go get this deck if you like that. If you want, if you're like, what did she say? Like, I wanted to know all of it. Sorry, I'm not gonna read all of it. Go get the deck. But what I do want to say with why this came up is that your fears are way bigger than the reality. This whole situation is dragging you down. Free yourself from it. And, you know, if you want to go into some type of mental ritual that can prepare you for this, it's like you put down all the reasons why, you put down the how of how you're going to do it, and then you make it happen with the full moon energy. So it's like, okay, how did it get started? Why did it happen? Quarter moon. So, okay. What? New moon. How did it start? Quarter moon. What happened? Full moon. What has it led to? Waning moon. Now, how are we going to cut it out and make it happen? And then back to the new moon again is, what are we left with? You know, what did it all mean? So, you know, this is basically asking you to go over the entirety of the relationship, take stock of what happened and how it went down, and then do your thing, right? I can't tell you what to do. No tarot reading can, but this is already telling me you've already made your decision. It's just a matter of when. And don't get into the superstition, the fear of like evil portents and evil, you know, everything's going to be terrible if you break up with this person. Like, yeah. Nah, it's just getting started, honey. So I hope that you like that. If you did, please like and subscribe. I also have monthly checkup readings for rising signs. And I just started a new channel doing like little fun readings on different pop culture subjects and shit like that. And I'll have that in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself and good luck to you. I'll see you next time. Bye.